Hi, it's Recovery Mom. It's been quite a while since I've hung out and chatted a little bit. So I thought I'd come say hi. And I was just filming a video. I was just filming a video that I was making in response to a question. And the person said, "Hey, Recovery Mom, like, how do you know when you're fully recovered?" And they were kind of saying, how do you know when you're fully recovered? And is full recovery possible? Is full recovery a thing? And as I was answering that question, I realized right now, this moment, me is a full recovery moment. So I thought I would just jump on alive, totally like no makeup. This is my weekend me, just sitting in my tank top. This is what full recovery looks like for me. So I'm sitting here. I have a sweet tea from McDonald's, who I love their sweet tea. And honestly, sweet tea with 5 creams is what my kids love. So 5 creams would kill me though, because I can't have dairy. So I'm sitting here. It's a Saturday, right? It's a Saturday. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to worry about restricting. I can literally just lay around. I have a warm blanket on my lap. I was sitting here. I was watching a movie, the scary movie Talk to Me, wrapping a few Christmas gifts. I'm eating this delicious, like, it's like a bagel donut. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's like an everything bagel, but in like a super raised, soft donut, and then it's like filled with a vegan cream cheese. Ugh, it is amazing. So I'm sitting here, I'm eating that, drinking my sweet tea, watching a movie. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to work out, right? I don't have to eat lettuce. I can just be. And so when I was answering that question, what does full recovery look like? Is full recovery possible? This is what it looks like. It looks like being able to rest. It looks like being able to relax, right? I probably shouldn't show a knife on TikTok, but that is what recovery looks like. And so I was answering that question, and I was like, I can't remember who asked that question, but if they're out there and they want to know what full recovery looks like, this is what it looks like. It looks like everything but the bagel donuts on a Saturday with a warm blanket and 2 dogs who, mind you, are going to start barking any moment because they bark at everything out the window. And then it's just going to happen. We're just going to let it, because that's what they do. And then I watch a movie and I hang around, and maybe I'll take a bath. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll, like, Lou and I went today, ran a couple errands, and then we didn't want to run errands anymore. That is full recovery. There is no voice in your head anymore telling you what you have to do, or what you have to weigh, or that you have to weigh, or what you have to eat, or what you can't eat. You just get to be. These are the best donuts ever. So I thought I'd come on and share. I don't have work clothes on. I don't have makeup on. I didn't wash my hair. I am just chilling on the couch. And that is okay. So if you have any questions, bring them. I'm going to hang out. My husband is off playing croquet with a friend. I'll chill for a while, or until he gets back, and we'll hang up. Anyway, I have a question that says, do you sometimes relapse? No, Not now. Did I relapse? Of course. Like, a lot of people put a lot on the word relapse. Did I relapse as far as go all the way back into my eating disorder to square one? No, I didn't. Because once I committed to recovery, I went slow. So I made a small change, I kept it in. I made a small change, I kept it in. That's how I went about my recovery. And so, did I make a small change and sometimes fail? Yes. Did I say I was going to quit purging and sometimes purge? Yes. But when I did make a mistake, when I did have a lapse, I always tried to prevent it next time. So I didn't have a lapse and then keep going and going and going, right? I always made a commitment to, if I did make a mistake, do a recovery choice, I always tried to fix it for the next time. Or if it was a food related, right, choice, I would always think to myself, okay, so I couldn't eat that burger. What can I do next time so that I can work back up to that burger? Maybe a burger was too big of a choice right then. Maybe what I needed to do was the grilled chicken sandwich. Maybe I needed to do the burger without the bun first, right? So maybe I always try to look at it that way. If I failed a step in recovery, a step was too big, and that's okay. Go back, make the step smaller, and keep going. But what we don't want to do is have you be like, I lapsed. Fuck it. I'm going back. I'm going all the way back down. That's not recovery, right? That is a relapse, right? That is going all the way back into your eating disorder. That's what we don't want. So expect lapses. Expect some things you try not to work. Of course, not everything is going to work as you recover. Expect that. And then think about why it didn't work. Scaffold yourself back up and try again, right? Somebody said, hi, hello. When I just eat cake in the evening, I gain weight the next day. Why? Because you have a body. Because you have a body. Bodies are made to fluctuate their weight. They gain, they lose, they gain, they lose. Our bodies aren't one specific weight. They fluctuate in a range, right? And so that's normal. Our bodies bloat, and then our bodies release, and then our bodies hold water. Or maybe it's a time of month. Maybe it's a certain thing in the chocolate cake. Also, if you're not at your set point, these kind of things are going to make your body react much, much more. So if you're not at your set point and you're eating something, your body is going to act much differently than when you are at your set point eating the thing, okay? So, for example, if I wasn't at my set point and I ate XX calories, I would gain. Now I'm at my set point, and if I ate that many calories, I wouldn't gain because I'm at my set point. So a lot of this has to do with normal fluctuations. People gain weight when they eat. Could be water, could be salt. Chocolate cake is delicious. It's worth it to gain weight the next day. I love chocolate cake, right? That's a normal thing for people to eat. You want to be able to eat chocolate cake. Bodies change, right? They fluctuate. They hold on to things, sometimes for a day, sometimes for a half day, sometimes for a week, and that's okay, right? That's okay. Also, if you're not at your set point, your body's going to hyper react to things, okay? Because if you're not at your set point and you're eating chocolate cake and you don't normally eat chocolate cake, then your body is like, we need to hold on to this chocolate cake. We don't get it very often. We need to hold on to this chocolate cake as long as we can because we don't get chocolate cake very much. And then, of course, your body's going to hold on to that chocolate cake, right? Rightly so. I would if I was your body. Here is your cue to go get some liquid calories and some fried food because that is what I'm having. The sweet tea is the best at McDonald's. It is so incredibly sweet. Good morning from Australia. Oh my goodness, it's morning over there. Where I'm at, it is 4:39 p.m. And it was a beautiful day. Lou and their father put I'm going to butcher this. I can't remember if it's shocks or struts, but they lowered loose car today. It was a nice day, but now I see it's getting very overcast. Why does weight distribution take so long? Why does this sit in our lower stomach only? Hi, you. I'm so glad you're here hanging out. Weight sticks to your stomach because that is the most imperative place for it to be. Think about what is in your lower stomach. What is there? Your internal organs are there, where you would protect another human life if you're female and have reproductive organs, that's there. There are very delicate, important things down in your stomach area. And that's why almost all of us find that we get that big bloat and swelling there first, and it stays there for a very long time. And that's very, very normal. For me, I was just looking at one of my Instagram posts from a very long time ago, from years and years ago. And in it, I said something about my bloating. And I said that my bloating had lasted more than 6 months. I was complaining about it, actually. I was very angry about it. But I was saying that it had been over 6 months. And I was like, why is this bloating still here? It's been over 6 months. So bloating lasts a long time. For me, it just lasted until I started intaking food regularly, starting with breakfast every 3 hours. Once I really started getting that mechanical regular eating down on a regular basis, where my body knew it was going to get its next meal, then it slowly started releasing that bloating and giving it that regular food, not ever letting 2.5 to 3 hours go without feeding. It keeps that gastrointestinal tract running, and it keeps things going through there so that things don't get backed up as much. But it does take a long time to get that going again and to get that back on track. It absolutely does. I'm looking at the comments, so if I miss a comment, you'll have to ask it again, because I'm not very good at keeping track of the comments. But just a cake or something else doesn't necessarily have to make you gain weight every time. No, whether you gain some weight from eating an item, there are so many factors. And that's why it's not a good idea to weigh yourself, or to even put too much stock into if you gain weight after an item. Because maybe it wasn't the chocolate cake. Maybe it's not even the item. Maybe it was the time of month. Maybe you have a little swelling going on. Maybe it was the salt from something you ate before the chocolate cake. Maybe it's just your body right then. There are a million reasons why your body might want to hold on to or gain or keep certain weight at certain times. And so eating something, thinking you gained weight from it, and then trying to dissect that, it's just an eating disorder behavior, right? The recovery behavior is to eat, move on. Eat, put it behind you, and move on. When you eat, you forget it and you move on. And I know it's not that simple, and it doesn't happen that way. Our brains don't just forget it. I know it's still in there, but you have to fake it till you make it. You have to do it, and then your brain will catch up. So you eat, and then you tell yourself, I'm not getting on the scale. I'm not weighing myself. I'm not going to, look at my bloated belly, whatever you have to do. And then I'm just going to eat my next meal. You do that long enough, your brain will catch up. We teach our brains what's important. We teach our brains what's important. We teach that to our brains. Our brains just didn't all of a sudden decide this. You taught your brain that your weight was this important by weighing yourself, right? Or by weighing your food, or by looking at calories, or by looking at macros, or by running, at the gym, or whatever it is that you do, or you calculate. You didn't come out of the womb that way. You taught your brain that. So now you have to unteach your brain that, right? Now you have to unteach your brain that. Oh, God. I was at my ED therapist, and she told me that I shouldn't emotional eat because I'll gain. And I want to talk to your therapist. I would love to have a one-on-one with your therapist. Because my therapist said the opposite. My dietitian said the opposite. My triggering therapist and my triggering dietitian that I didn't stick with said things similar to that. All mammals eat under a myriad of conditions and reasons. They do. Mammals were made to eat when they're bored. They're made to eat when they're upset, when they're happy, when they're sad. And so I wonder if your therapist thinks it's okay to go to a birthday party and feel full from the pizza or the dinner, is it still okay to eat cake, or is that emotional eating? Right? Is it okay to eat for happy emotions when you overeat? Or does she just not want you to eat for sad emotions? Like this just doesn't hold water for me when people say this, because our culture will let you can go have ice cream with friends, or you can go have champagne to celebrate, or you can have cake at a birthday party. But if you eat a pint of ice cream because you're sad, all of a sudden it's bad emotional eating. Well, it's all the same. And mammals were made to do it. We're made to eat under all those conditions so that it makes sure that we survive, right? It was a survival mechanism to be able to eat under all those conditions. And so if we would just get out of our body's way, out of our brain's way, and just eat when our brain tells us to eat. And sometimes that might be because we're sad. Sometimes that might be because we're happy. Sometimes that might be because we have starved and restricted ourselves for years, and now our brain just has a lot of making up to do. Right? When I was recovering, I had this need to feed. Like I would go in the kitchen and it was like, at first I craved everything. I went through my phases. And then there was this time I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even necessarily want anything. But I just had this primal need to feed. It was like I just needed food. Now, had I had your dietitian or your ED therapist, they would have told me to stop feeding, to stop doing that. If you don't even know what you want, you shouldn't eat. Well, I would still be sick. I would still have an eating disorder. I had to go through that. I had to give in to that primal need to feed, to fill the deficit, and to get through to the end of recovery. And so I hope you'll take that in, what your eating disorder therapist told you, and then let it go, right? Not everybody understands the biological makeup of the human body, or, not everybody understands what it's like when you come out of an eating disorder, but it is primal, and that need to feed is real. And it doesn't matter if you're sad or if you're happy, or like some people say, I'm just snacking all day, mindlessly snacking. I shouldn't be mindlessly snacking. Why not? Why can't you mindlessly snack? It's delicious to mindlessly snack. Some of the best snacks are mindless snacking times. Man. So I hope you don't listen, because listening to that's not going to fully recover you. It's not going to fully recover you. What about the fact that I eat half a bag of family-sized popcorn and cookies just for a snack? That sounds delicious. That's a delicious snack. In fact, when I was recovering, I was just telling somebody this the other day on Instagram. When I was recovering, I can remember eating a family-sized bag of Doritos. I sat down, in fact, right on this couch. Right on this couch, family-sized bag of Doritos, nacho cheese ones. I could still have dairy then. Ate the whole bag. Felt so sick after. And then I got up and I went in the kitchen and I thought, what can I eat? What can I eat now? What can I eat now? And then I just had this moment of like, you can't eat anything else. You just ate a family-sized bag of Doritos. It's a lot of Doritos. My body needed a family-sized bag of Doritos. It did. It needed it to recover. When I think of all the Doritos I didn't eat, that I should have been eating, I probably needed 10 family-sized bags of Doritos, right? Now that I'm fully recovered, I don't think I could eat a family-sized bag of Doritos. I don't think I could. But I needed to, right? And right now you need, let's see, what did you say it was? Half half of a family-sized bag of popcorn isn't even that much because popcorn is just air. So enjoy it. Try to enjoy it, right? It's good for you. It does repair work in your body. Cookies are wonderful for your recovery. They're wonderful for your recovery. Is it normal that I had worse side effects physically when I relapsed for a shorter period of time? Your side effects, your extreme hunger, your capability to get back on track, any of those eating disorder parameters are never equal to a length of time that you have been sick. So many people say things like this, is it normal that I had worse side effects when I relapsed for a shorter period of time? Or shouldn't I have had more side effects if I was sick or longer? Or I'm not sick enough because I've been sick a long time, but I don't have X, Y, and Z wrong with me. And this person's only been sick a month and they have X, Y, and Z wrong with me. Why do I have extreme hunger for 7 months when I was only sick for 2 months? Because every body is different. Every body is different, okay? And your body needs something different to recover. Maybe your body is trying to give you a wake-up call and say, look, we're not going down that road again. We're not going down that road again. We're getting back on track. I'm going to make you feel every pain right now, right? We can't question why your body feels that way, but all we can do is take the cues from it and start to recover. And so now it's time to recover, right? It's time to get back on track. Time to get back on track. It's so ironic that ED therapists are so influenced by diet culture. I know, it's the weirdest thing. But my very first dietitian, actually, it was my first or second visit with her ever. I think my second. And she said, maybe you would feel better if you got a food scale. And I was like, I cannot. I'm weighing myself on my physical body scale 75 times a day. And you want me to get a food scale? I left and never went back. My first therapist that I had, I said something about challenging peanut butter. I had peanut butter for the first time and I was terrified of it. And she actually told me that perhaps I should stick to the natural peanut butter because there was too many other ingredients and additives in the peanut butter. And I was just like, it took so much for me to have the peanut butter. And then to have somebody tell me, maybe I shouldn't have had the peanut butter, it was devastating. And so I know these human beings, they're in these positions of power almost, and then they tell us sometimes exactly what our eating disorders want us to hear. And so it becomes really hard to fight against. We're already fighting against our eating disorders. Now we have to fight against these professionals as well. It can be really difficult. And the best thing you could do is I know you knew that information was wrong from that eating disorder therapist. I know you knew it was wrong. You don't have to challenge your therapist, but you've got to keep it up there. You've got to know that was misinformation. And then you've got to go root out the real information from real people that you can trust, right? 15 years of formal ED treatment. That is so, when somebody tells me they've had 15 years of formal ED treatment, I cannot wait until you fully recover and help people, because those are the people that we need in these positions, right? We need to start tipping the scales in the recovery community so that there's so many more people helping, right? So many people recover and they've just had enough of this shit and they want to get out, and I get it. But also, it's invaluable if you've been there. And if you've been through formal ED treatment for 15 years, we need you to fully recover and then start helping people. We need you to do that. I got my period back when I was in recovery before, and the minute I relapsed, it went away again. And when I hear that, I just get so sad for your body. Because let's look at it from your body's point of view. Your body's point of view is like, it's like we can't have a period right now, okay, right? Like, so we were going to get rid of our period right now because we just need to concentrate on survival. This person cannot have a period. They just need to survive. There's not enough going on in their body to get their period. Then you start recovering, right? You start eating more, working out less, whatever you're doing to recover. You're working really hard, and your body's like, hey, I think we can start trusting this person again. Then you're like, yes, you can. You can trust me. I'm in recovery. I'm doing all the right things. I'm gonna do right by you. You can trust me. And then your body says, okay, here you go. We're gonna give you the period back. We trust you. And then you're like, psych, I'm out. Your poor body. Of course your body's like, forget it. And so you've really got to get back on the recovery train. You've really got to get back. Because your poor body, I just feel for your body. It was like, it was there. It was like, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. We're coming back for you. We're here. And then you're like, no, never mind. So start eating again. Just do all the same steps again to get back where you were. Do all those same steps again. Have you seen Everything Now on Netflix? It's about a girl coming out of recovery. No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of it, actually. I know when I was sick, oh my God, when I was sick, I used to Google anorexia movies, watched everyone that existed. And then I got stuck watching, what is that show with the really tiny person and the larger person, and they put them together and they eat each other's diets. I can't remember what that was. I cannot remember what that was. But anyway, I used to watch that like crazy. I used to watch all those kind of things. And now I don't really watch much recovery. Like, I was just watching a scary movie. That's what I was watching. Like a pretty terrifying movie, actually. And normally I watch them with Eva, but Eva hasn't been into movies lately. So I was sitting here by myself watching a scary movie, eating my everything. It's a donut, but it's, look at the size of that. It is delicious. And it's got like everything but the bagel seasoning on it. And then it's like stuffed with cream cheese. Very good. Oh my God. I probably shouldn't eat one. And having my sweet tea, which McDonald's sweet tea is the best. When I was sick, I used to wake up and have at least 3 cups of coffee before work. Take a giant vat of coffee with me to work. Have coffee all through the day. I also have coffee all through the day. Have coffee when I got home. Here's my dog, by the way. There's my dog. He's got a big head. He is a very needy fellow. Now, interestingly, I get my energy, and I never thought I would say this, from food. I actually wake up, I have a little less than a cup of coffee. Oh, my husband's home. We're going to go. I can't decide if I'm going to stay on or go. My husband's home. So I'm going to answer this question, and then I'm going to go watch a movie with him. Anyway, now I wake up, I have 1/3 of a cup of coffee, 3/4 of a cup of coffee max, and breakfast. And that's where I get my energy from breakfast. Anyway, my husband's about to walk in. He just pulled up in his Chevy. So I'm going to go watch the rest of my scary movie with him. And then I know I wasn't here a whole long time, but I'll try to jump on a little more often. Okay. Bye, guys. I should let you meet my husband, but I think he just went to the garage.